Hello everyone, thank you guys for tuning into another video. In this video, I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about for a little bit, and I've talked to some of my friends about, but I want to get more of a general opinion on this and what everyone thinks. Now, obviously this question is tricky because it really depends on the context of the person, but the question is, how would you feel with difficulty options in Souls-like games? And I understand that's a weird thing to say because that's like asking a turn-based game not to be turn-based, and in that sense, right? But I think it's a good thing. And the reason I say that is because, one, I'm a huge fan of Souls games and Souls-like. I think it's incredibly rewarding when you beat a boss that you've been stuck on. I love that feeling. I do. But I'm also an adult with a full-time job and who has responsibilities, and sometimes I don't have, a couple hours to learn a boss's pattern or to quote-unquote get good to beat the boss. I just don't. And I'm going to move on to something else, and I'll jump back into it a couple months or a couple weeks down the line. But to have an option to where say, hey, I really don't have the time for this. It's not robbing me of my experience of the game. I'm still enjoying it. If anything, it is just helping me get through this game so I can jump into something else. And once again, it's not robbing me of the experience of that game. It's always going to be there. But I personally think it's a good thing. And the reason why I've been thinking about it is I've gotten back into the First Berserker Khazan and Lies of P. And both of those games have added an easy option, essentially, which is great because I think it's super accessible. People who maybe like the aesthetic of these games, right, who want to try them out can. Maybe a younger audience can try them out. I just don't think it's a bad thing. I can understand, though, because as someone who has played Souls games and Souls-like games on the standard difficulty, it's very rewarding. It's very fun, right? So I can also understand the fact that, like, hey, let's not rob this person of that experience. That I totally get. But on the other end, where it's like, you A, just can't beat it, or B, just don't have the time and you want to keep playing and you want to get onto something else. I totally understand both. Me personally, I feel like going forward, it's something that should be included in most, if not all, Souls and Souls-like games, just to have that option. I think, it is a little outside of the DNA of what those games are, and I totally understand that. But I don't think accessibility in any way, shape, or form is a bad thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you care? Do you think it would be nice? Have you ever run into a Souls-like game that you can't beat and you just want to get on with it? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.